Hey everyone, welcome to 30-30-30, where we dive into personal development books every day, aiming to cover 30 books over the next 30 days, with about 30 minutes of focus on life-changing books each day. Today, we're exploring Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, a powerful memoir that doubles as a guide for building resilience and mental toughness. Goggins' journey from a challenging childhood to becoming a Navy SEAL and an ultra-endurance athlete is nothing short of inspiring. Let's dive into his incredible story and the lessons he shares along the way. Starting with the backstory. Goggins kicks things off by taking us back to his early years. It was a tough start. Before David Goggins embarked on his remarkable military journey, he faced a series of daunting challenges that shaped his character and resilience. Growing up in an abusive household, Goggins endured a tumultuous childhood marked by violence and instability. His father was a domineering figure who subjected Goggins and his mother to physical and emotional abuse. This environment not only instilled a deep sense of fear, but also left Goggins grappling with feelings of worthlessness and helplessness. The chaos at home fostered a survival mindset, but it also made it difficult for him to develop a sense of self-worth or stability. Adding to his struggles, Goggins faced significant academic challenges. He was diagnosed with a learning disability, which compounded his feelings of inadequacy. In school, he often felt out of place and overwhelmed, leading to a cycle of low self-esteem. Instead of receiving support, Goggins frequently faced ridicule from peers, further alienating him and reinforcing a belief that he would never measure up. This feeling of being an outsider only deepened his resolve to prove himself, but it also left him searching for an identity in a world that seemed determined to hold him back. After high school, Goggins found himself trapped in a dead-end job, working as a pest control exterminator. He was dissatisfied with his life and felt like he was merely existing rather than truly living. It was during this period of stagnation that he hit a breaking point. He recognized that his circumstances were a result of his own choices and lack of direction. Fueled by a desire to escape his current situation and to transform himself, Goggins made the life-changing decision to join the military. It was this choice that would ultimately serve as the catalyst for his incredible transformation, allowing him to channel his pain into purpose and resilience. Despite these challenges, Goggins didn't let his circumstances define him, but instead of wallowing in self-pity, he began to view life as a series of hurdles to overcome. This shift in mindset would become crucial as he navigated his way through life. The call to action: joining the military. Fast forward a bit, and Goggins makes a bold decision to join the military. Initially, he enlists in the Air Force, but he quickly realizes that he wants more. He pushes himself through the rigorous training to become a Navy SEAL. And wow, the stories he shares about this journey are intense. This is where he introduces the concept of the cookie jar. The cookie jar strategy is a powerful mental tool that David Goggins uses to tap into his past successes and build resilience during tough times. A real-life example of this strategy in action can be seen during his training for the Navy SEALs, particularly during Hell Week, which is one of the most grueling parts of SEAL training. During Hell Week, trainees are pushed to their physical and mental limits, facing sleep deprivation, extreme physical challenges, and harsh weather conditions. Goggins found himself on the brink of exhaustion and doubt, questioning whether he could endure the rigorous demands of training. In these moments, he would reach into his cookie jar, a mental reservoir filled with memories of past victories and achievements. For instance, he might recall his experience of how he overcame the odds to finish his first military obstacle course. Each time he pulled from this cookie jar, he reminded himself of his strength and capability. By focusing on these past successes, Goggins fueled his motivation to keep pushing forward, proving to himself that he was capable of overcoming even the most daunting challenges. This strategy highlights how drawing on personal achievements can provide the psychological strength needed to tackle current obstacles, reinforcing the idea that you have the power to rise above adversity based on your history of overcoming difficulties. Another real-life application of this concept could be in a professional setting, like preparing for a challenging project at work. Imagine a marketing manager named Sarah who is facing a daunting campaign launch. She's feeling overwhelmed and doubts her abilities. To combat this, she uses the cookie jar concept. Reflection. Sarah takes a moment to reflect on her past successes, like leading a team that turned around a failing product or winning an award for an innovative campaign. Visualization. She creates a visual reminder by compiling photos, emails of praise from colleagues, and stats showcasing her previous achievements. This becomes her cookie jar. Motivation. Whenever she feels stressed or unsure, Sarah pulls from her cookie jar, reminding herself of her capabilities and the hard work she's already put in. By recalling these moments of success, she boosts her confidence and finds the motivation to push through the current challenge. This practice not only helps her perform better, but also reinforces a positive mindset for future projects. Embracing pain, the SEAL experience. As Goggins digs deeper into his SEAL training, he really hammers home the idea of embracing pain. He introduces the mantra, "Can't hurt me," which symbolizes his refusal to be a victim of his past. He emphasizes that while the body can only take so much, the mind is the real limiter. When you think you're done, he argues, you're only at about 40% of your potential. This idea is a game changer. It encourages you to push past perceived limits and redefine what's possible. For instance, Goggins recounts a moment during SEAL training when he suffered from severe hypothermia after being submerged in icy water for extended periods. Instead of giving in to the pain and discomfort, he focused on his breathing and visualized his goals, reminding himself of his purpose. This relentless drive to keep going despite the odds stacked against him illustrates the mental strength he cultivated through adversity. We'll dive deeper into the 40% rule later. Pushing beyond limits, the ultra-endurance athlete. After his military career, Goggins transitions into ultra-endurance racing. Talk about taking it to the next level. He shares jaw-dropping tales of running some of the toughest races on the planet, often in brutal conditions. One of the highlights is the Badwater Ultramarathon, known as one of the hottest and most grueling races out there. Goggins prepares by training in extreme heat, pushing both his body and mind to the brink. This part of his journey introduces the idea of callousing the mind. Just like your hands develop calluses from hard work, your mind can become tougher through challenges. Goggins stresses that embracing adversity is essential for building resilience. Key lessons for life. As Goggins shares his story, he drops some serious wisdom that we can all learn from. Here are a few key takeaways that really stand out. Embrace the suck. Life is full of tough moments. Instead of avoiding discomfort, lean into it. This is where real growth happens. Goggins emphasizes that life is inherently filled with tough moments, whether they stem from personal struggles, professional challenges, or unexpected setbacks. Instead of shying away from discomfort or looking for the easy way out, he advocates for leaning into those tough experiences. By embracing the suck, you're not just surviving, you're actively choosing to confront and overcome difficulties head-on. This willingness to face discomfort is crucial for real growth. When you embrace challenging situations, you build resilience and gain a deeper understanding of your capabilities. Goggins shares that true transformation occurs when you step outside your comfort zone. It's in those moments of struggle that you learn the most about yourself. How to push through pain, handle adversity, and ultimately emerge stronger. So rather than resisting hardship, view it as an opportunity to grow and evolve. Each tough moment can serve as a stepping stone toward becoming a better version of yourself. A great real-life example of Goggins' embrace the suck concept can be found in the experience of someone training for a marathon. Example: meet Tom, an amateur runner who decides to train for his first marathon. The training process is grueling: early morning runs, long distances, and often pushing through discomfort and fatigue. Initial struggle. During his training, Tom faces many challenges: harsh weather, physical pain, and mental fatigue. Instead of avoiding these difficulties, he chooses to embrace them. Mindset shift. Tom starts to view each tough run as an opportunity to grow. He tells himself that the discomfort is a necessary part of the journey, helping him build resilience and strength. Finding purpose. Instead of complaining about the early mornings or the rain, he focuses on the thrill of pushing his limits. He starts to enjoy the process, recognizing that each tough moment is preparing him for race day. Celebrating progress. As he completes each grueling training session, Tom reflects on how he has become stronger both physically and mentally. He embraces the suck as part of the challenge, which ultimately prepares him for the marathon. On race day, when fatigue sets in, Tom draws on his training experience. He reminds himself of all the tough moments he faced and overcame, fueling his determination to finish strong. By embracing the struggle throughout his training, he not only completes the marathon, but also gains a newfound appreciation for his own strength and resilience. The 40% rule. The 40% rule is one of Goggins' most powerful insights. He suggests that when you feel like you're at your limit, you're actually only tapping into about 40% of your potential. This realization is transformative because it challenges the narrative we often tell ourselves about limitations. When fatigue sets in, or when we feel overwhelmed, it's easy to think we can't go any further. However, Goggins encourages us to recognize that we are capable of much more than we realize. By adopting this perspective, you begin to push past mental barriers that have previously held you back. Goggins illustrates this with his own experiences during SEAL training and endurance races, where moments of extreme fatigue and self-doubt almost made him quit. Instead, he learned to dig deeper, accessing reserves of strength he never knew he had. This lesson teaches us that resilience isn't just about physical endurance. It's about pushing through mental barriers and finding that extra gear within ourselves. Consider a college student named Mia who is studying for finals. After several hours of intense study, she feels mentally exhausted and thinks she can't go on. Instead of giving up, she recalls Goggins' philosophy and decides to push herself for just 30 more minutes. To her surprise, she finds that she not only retains more information, but also feels energized and focused, proving to herself that she can exceed her initial limits. In a different scenario, a firefighter named Jake is in training and faces a physically demanding obstacle course. Halfway through, he feels his body screaming for a break and considers quitting. Remembering the 40% rule, he digs deep and pushes through the pain, tapping into his mental strength. By the end of the course, he finishes not just ahead of his peers, but also realizes that he has the potential to handle much more than he originally believed. Both Mia and Jake learn that their true capabilities far exceed their initial perceptions, inspiring them to tackle future challenges with renewed confidence. Callousing the mind. Just as athletes develop physical calluses to protect their hands from blisters, Goggins argues that we can callous our minds to better withstand life's challenges. This concept revolves around the idea that mental toughness is built through adversity. Each difficult experience acts like a workout for the mind, strengthening your ability to handle future stresses. The more you face discomfort, the more resilient you become. Goggins shares his journey through extreme challenges, whether in the military or during ultra-endurance events, to illustrate this point. Every time he pushed through pain or fear, he was, in essence, toughening his mental capacity. This callousing process is essential for building the resilience needed to tackle life's inevitable hurdles. When you learn to embrace adversity and view challenges as growth opportunities, you develop a mental toughness that enables you to face future obstacles with confidence. Consider Alex, a software developer who often struggles with self-doubt when presenting his ideas to colleagues. To combat this, he decides to push his comfort zone by volunteering to lead team meetings and give presentations regularly. Initially, the experience is nerve-wracking. He stumbles over words and feels anxious. However, each time he steps up, he confronts his fears, gradually building his confidence. Over weeks of practice, Alex finds that he not only becomes more articulate, but also learns to embrace the pressure instead of shying away from it. In another instance, a high school athlete named Emily is training for her track team, but struggles with the mental fatigue that comes with rigorous workouts. Inspired by Goggins, she intentionally incorporates challenging drills that push her beyond her comfort zone, such as sprint intervals and long-distance runs. Initially, she feels overwhelmed and wants to quit, but she reminds herself that this discomfort is essential for growth. As she continues to push through, Emily finds that her mental resilience strengthens. She becomes more focused during competitions and learns to thrive under pressure. By embracing and intentionally seeking out these tough experiences, both Alex and Emily cultivate a stronger, more resilient mindset that serves them in all areas of their lives. Stay uncommon among the uncommon. In a world filled with high achievers, Goggins emphasizes the importance of striving for your own excellence, even when surrounded by exceptional individuals. He encourages you to set your standards high and pursue your personal best, rather than comparing yourself to others. This mindset fosters an environment of growth and pushes you to rise above the competition, both with yourself and others. Goggins himself faced this challenge in his journey. He was often surrounded by highly skilled and driven individuals, yet he refused to settle for mediocrity. Instead, he used their successes as inspiration to elevate his own performance. This lesson is a reminder that excellence is a personal journey. By focusing on your own goals and pushing your own limits, you cultivate a mindset of relentless improvement. Striving to be uncommon among the uncommon not only drives personal success, but also inspires those around you to reach for their own highest potential. Consider Marcus, a sales representative at a large company. While his colleagues clock in and out, focusing solely on meeting quotas, Marcus adopts a mindset of constant improvement. He studies the best sales techniques, seeks feedback from mentors, and invests extra hours in understanding his clients' needs. His dedication pays off as he consistently exceeds sales targets and builds strong relationships with customers. By refusing to conform to the average work ethic around him, Marcus not only distinguishes himself in his field, but also inspires others to elevate their performance, demonstrating that true success comes from relentless effort and a commitment to being uncommon. The power of accountability. A significant theme in Goggins' journey is accountability. He emphasizes the need for personal responsibility and introduces the accountability mirror. This is where you face yourself honestly, acknowledging both your strengths and weaknesses. It's a tough but necessary step toward growth. He shares how writing down his goals and regularly checking in with himself helped keep him on track. For example, he developed a habit of getting up early every morning to review his goals, reflect on his progress, and adjust his plans as needed. This self-reflection is a powerful reminder that growth starts with being real about where you are and where you want to go. Accountability can be transformative in achieving personal goals. Consider a woman named Jenna who is determined to get in shape but struggles with consistency. To hold herself accountable, she enlists a workout buddy, her friend Mark, who shares similar fitness goals. They set a schedule for their workouts and commit to checking in with each other daily. When Jenna feels tempted to skip a session, she remembers her commitment to Mark, which pushes her to show up. Additionally, Jenna takes it a step further by sharing her fitness journey on social media. She posts updates about her workouts, meals, and progress, inviting her friends and family to follow along. This public commitment not only motivates her to stay on track, but also creates a sense of responsibility to her followers. As Jenna pushes through tough days, the accountability she has built with Mark and her online community keeps her focused and driven. Ultimately, she not only achieves her fitness goals, but also cultivates a supportive network that encourages her to strive for even greater challenges in the future. Inspiring others, the ripple effect. As the book progresses, Goggins reflects on his desire to inspire others. He understands how powerful storytelling can be, and he encourages readers to share their struggles. If he can overcome his past, so can you. He uses his platform to motivate others to tackle their challenges head-on, spreading the message that everyone has the potential to rise above their circumstances. Wrapping it up, a call to action. By the end of Can't Hurt Me, Goggins issues a bold challenge to all of us. Redefine your limits, face your fears, and embrace the journey of self-improvement. He believes that true success lies in how you respond to adversity, and that everyone has the strength to achieve greatness. So if you're looking for motivation and practical advice on building mental toughness, Goggins' story is a must-read. Can't Hurt Me is more than just a memoir. It's an invitation for you to write your own story of resilience and triumph. Remember, life might throw challenges your way, but with the right mindset and tools, you can overcome anything. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope Goggins' incredible journey inspires you to tackle your own challenges with newfound strength.